Have you ever trusted someone with your whole heart, only to find out they were planning to destroy it all behind your back? I'm Ryan, 28 years old. A few months ago, I thought I had everything figured out. A steady job in IT, a modest apartment in the city, and a girlfriend I believed was my forever, Jessica. For 3 years, she was my world. We dreamed out loud together, marriage, kids, a house with a little backyard. She'd run her fingers over furniture in stores, looking at me with that smile, and say, "This will look perfect in our first home, Ree." I'd laugh, my heart swelling, imagining us in a little house filled with laughter and late-night talks. And I believed every word, every single word. We shared so much. Sunday mornings at the local coffee shop, late-night movies on the couch, arguing over what color to paint the living room, planning vacations 3 years in advance. Every moment felt like it was building a life that was ours, together. But the truth? She was building a future, just not with me. It started small. Jessica used to leave her phone lying around, face up, notifications buzzing, completely unbothered. I could glance at it, joke with her about her group chats, and she'd just laugh. Then little by little, she changed. The phone was never on the table anymore. Always in her hand, always face down, always locked. Notifications silenced. I noticed it, but I told myself I was overthinking. Everyone deserves privacy, right? I didn't want to be that guy, the suspicious, paranoid boyfriend. Then came the trips. "We're trips," she said. "Girls' weekends," she explained. I wasn't invited. She avoided details or gave vague answers. The stories never added up. Sometimes, she said she was staying at a hotel for a conference. Other times, she said it was a quick weekend with friends. I could feel the unease growing inside me, but I buried it. I didn't want to see what was right in front of me. Then came the bank account. The account we opened together to save for a down payment on our dream home. Every paycheck, we'd each transfer a little. That account represented us, our future. And then one afternoon, I logged in, and it hit me like a punch to the gut. A $3,000 withdrawal. Gone. I couldn't breathe. $3,000. Our money. Our dreams. When I asked Jessica, she barely looked up from her phone. "Oh, it's for a girls' trip with Lena and Sophie. Relax, we'll make it back." Her tone, so casual, so dismissive, hurt more than the money. That night, I couldn't sleep. My stomach twisted. I kept imagining the trip, imagining her lying, imagining what I didn't want to see. I tried to push it aside, but curiosity and dread won. I broke my rule. I checked her phone, and my world shattered. Emails, texts, flight confirmations, hotel bookings. Not with Lena and Sophie. With her ex Daniel. Weeks of planning. Careful, deliberate deception. She had been hiding this from me all along, and I had trusted her blindly. I sat there for what felt like hours, staring at the screen, heart pounding, hands trembling. The betrayal was total. It wasn't just the money. It was the lies, the secrecy, the fact that everything I thought I knew was a lie. But I didn't confront her immediately. I couldn't. I had a thing to plan. If she could manipulate and deceive me for weeks, then I could make her feel the consequences. The next morning, I kissed her goodbye. "Have fun on your trip," I said, smiling. She didn't notice the tension in my voice. She left, and as soon as she closed the door, I logged into our joint account and froze it. Hours later, my phone rang. Her voice, sharp and panicked. "Ryan, my card's getting declined." "What did you do?" I stayed calm, colder than I'd ever been. "Oh, that? I thought I'd save our future fund, since you're on vacation with Daniel." The silence on the other end was suffocating. Then excuses, anger, blame. She tried to twist it on me. "If you weren't so obsessed with that stupid house, maybe I wouldn't have done this." I laughed. Hollow bitter. "You couldn't talk to me? You lied, cheated, and stole from me. We're done, Jessica. Figure out how to get home on your own." And I hung up. The days after were a blur. I packed my things, moved out, canceled bills, erased her from my life. For the first time in years, I was free. But freedom didn't erase the hurt. It wasn't just losing Jessica. It was realizing that the woman I thought I knew never existed. She had wore a mask. Every smile, every "I love you," every plan we made, it was all an illusion. And I had been blind, too willing to ignore the signs. Friends reached out, some in shock at what had happened, others quietly admitting they'd noticed things about her all along, small inconsistencies, odd behaviors, but I had been too in love to see them. Weeks later, I heard Jessica telling people I had abandoned her, making herself the victim. But this time, I didn't stay silent. I told my story about the lies, the stolen money, the trip with Daniel. Most people believed me. Some didn't. But honestly, I didn't care anymore, because I had learned something far more valuable. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them. Don't ignore the signs. Don't waste years hoping they'll change. Jessica stranded herself the moment she chose lies over love. I just made sure she finally felt the consequences of her actions. Now, I'm rebuilding. My career, my future, my peace. I'm learning to trust myself again, to prioritize my own happiness, and to recognize the red flags before they cost me more than money. Sometimes, losing someone isn't a tragedy. It's the best thing that can happen to you, because it clears the way for real love, real trust, and a future you deserve. If this story resonates with you, share it. Comment your thoughts, your experiences, and make sure to subscribe for more real-life stories about betrayal, resilience, and learning to value yourself.